Welcome to Chapter 9, The Nature of Beliefs. All right, some people might think this is a little hokey, but Mark Douglas doesn't. Even Tom Hogard and Jared Tendler and a bunch of other professionals, they don't think this stuff's hokey. So let's get into it. All right, in Chapter 9 digs into how our beliefs shape our trading reality. He explains that traders don't trade the market as it is. They trade their perceptions of the market. That's why you don't estimate, right? Which are shaped by deep-seated beliefs and past experiences. I've definitely seen this, guys, with myself and with others, who have had have lost serious money. Usually there's some deep-rooted PTSD going on there, even if it's light PTSD. Their perception of the market is so crazy. Sometimes it's so skewed, and that's how mine was for a while. And I had to work through that. All right, so let's talk about these beliefs. These beliefs influence what you notice, how you interpret price action, and even how you react emotionally to wins and losses. To become a consistently profitable trader, you must identify and reshape limiting beliefs that cause fear, hesitation, and overconfidence. A lot of people I've worked with, and when I worked with myself and I had a friend help me, I had to reshape the way I was thinking and what I was believing and what I was telling myself. And they had to do the same, right? So a lot of times our beliefs is actually what fuels our actions, okay? So, it's huge. It makes a big difference. And a lot of times this is done pretty subconsciously. So if you're not aware of it, you almost won't even notice. All right. So let's talk about the key concepts here. Beliefs determine perception. Our brains filter market information through a belief system. Two traders can see the same chart and interpret it differently because of their beliefs guide what they see, if as relevant or dangerous. All right. Beliefs act like mental rules about how the market should behave, which often causes frustration when the market acts differently. So this right here is kind of a big thing. How, we assume how the market should behave based off of our TA, right? We think it should do, and then it may or may not. All right. That's the problem. That is one of the biggest problems, because now my ego, because I worked hard, I did my TA, and I think I know where it should go, and then it doesn't go there. But if it does go there 55% of the time with a 1 to 2 or a 1 to 2.5, that's a profitable, strategy. And I should just be able to play that emotionally, not emotionless, but, emotionally under control, and just play it and win. Cool, got this long term. Okay. But we get attached to all of our hard work that we put into our TA, and then now we have an assumption of what the market should do. And that's crazy, right? We're trying to predict what millions and millions and millions and millions of people are going to do. That's wild, especially on any given day. That's why you should never assume or predict the market. You should be able to define what the market conditions are, and then probabilistically speaking, you should be able to say, more often than not, we should have this outcome. And that's it. That's all. Just more often than not, but there's a lot of nots going on there. Okay. Beliefs create expectations. If you believe the market should behave a certain way, you feel betrayed when it doesn't. Does anybody feel that way? Okay. Sorry to be all dorky, but it's just the way it is. Okay, so wrong expectations cause emotional pain and impulsive decisions. Yeah, so it's like they wrote this, they talked to me, from years ago, and then they wrote this out. So successful traders let go of rigid beliefs and stay open to whatever the market offers. Let me see what I can get from the market today, if anything. Let's see what it gives me. Whatever. I've heard people say stuff like that. So limiting beliefs. Common limiting beliefs in trading include, I have to be right on every trade, which is really silly, but that is something, that people have dealt with, including me. Losses mean I'm failing as a trader. That's total lie. That's total lie. But, why we believe that, I don't know. Sometimes I still have to tell myself, dude, relax. It's just a loss. Who cares? The market is manipulated and out to get me. The market is a manipulation machine for sure. But if you're trading props, the market doesn't even know you exist. You are trading virtual data. You're not even trading. I mean, you're trading the real data, but you're trading virtually. You're not. The market makers don't see your orders if you're trading props. So get rid of that. Get rid of that lie as well. But it is manipulating the masses, in my opinion. All right, these beliefs lead to fear, hesitation, revenge trading, and over leveraging. 100%. Okay, flexible belief system. To succeed, you need beliefs aligned with the market reality, accepting uncertainty, randomness, and probabilities. And learning to be uncomfortable. I'm just throwing that one in there because randomness is not comfortable. Like, we're doing this because we want to be like predictors in a sense. That's why we do all this TA and have all these indicators so we can predict. Yeah, you guys see that, like, that conundrum there, right? Anyway, so I'm gonna read this one more time since I interjected my own thoughts here. So to succeed, beliefs need to align with market reality, accepting uncertainty, randomness, and probabilities. Flexible traders adapt to changing market conditions without emotional resistance. I'm telling you, that's a freeing place to be. To just be like, all right, here's my edge. Cool. I see it. We're at this level. I see what I need. Trade's on. I don't care what happens. I mean, of course you care, but you're not emotionally attached and invested in your ego, and your entire self-existence is reliant on this trade, on how it's going to work out, right? Like, we've all been there, okay? All right, so if we have the wrong beliefs, changing your beliefs, you can replace harmful beliefs by identifying them, questioning their validity, and practicing new empowering perspectives, okay? That's why I make these videos. That's why I'm sharing this stuff with people, because like, when I finally made the connection, like, the market was not out to get me, because I used to have that mentality for sure, because I used to trade like low cap altcoins and stuff, and I would literally have it run to my stop loss to $1, but I mean, I was going in, high leverage. I was probably getting eaten by high leverage bots, and I was throwing some money around and whatever, and at time, like, an obscene amount of accounts, and just getting hunted. And then so I'm trading prop firms, and it's like, man, I feel like I'm getting hunted. I'm like, wait a minute. This is fake trading, basically. This is like a casino. Like, they're giving me real data, but it's pretend trading. Like, there's no one putting on trades for me. I'm literally virtually trading. This market doesn't even know I exist. So the fact that I think the market's out to get me, I'm wrong. And so I was challenging the validity of my belief. And I started practicing a new belief. And I started empowering different perspectives. All right. So this requires a conscious effort and repetition until the new belief feels natural. Nowadays, if someone came to me and was like, oh, they hit your stop loss, dude, they knew you were there, I would laugh. I'd be like, man, I'm still trading, prop firms. Like, I do trade for real as well. That's such like long-term stuff. I'm not worried about it. But yeah, I would just laugh now and be like, dude, I'm in a prop firm, man. I don't even know I exist. I'm at the casino, baby. Anyway, practical lessons from chapter 9. So your beliefs filter reality. The market isn't the problem. It's your interpretation of it that is. Okay? So the market isn't the problem. It's our interpretation of it. All right? Let go of should thinking, and the market does not owe you anything or behave according to your beliefs. All right? Hold on a second, guys. All right. That one I will probably edit out for sure, but we'll see. All right. So let go of should thinking. The market doesn't owe you anything or behave according to your beliefs at all. It just does what it's going to do, and that's it. Align your beliefs with probabilities. Embrace beliefs that reinforce patience, the process, and risk management. This is huge. Okay. Of course, this last one we know is huge. If you've been trading for any amount of time, you understand how important risk management is. You've probably blown some accounts, whatever. You know how important that is. All right. So we need to embrace the beliefs that reinforce these things, not beliefs that, like if you feel attacked by the market, that's probably something you should realign with more of like a reality check, right? Because the market's not out to get you, right? So self awareness is key. Understanding your internal narratives helps you trade more objectively. So when I know, like, if I am feeling attacked by the market, I can at least stop and have the self awareness to go, man, all right, I see that that's there. I know that that's not true. So I'm just going to take a deep breath instead of revenge trading to fight the market who is attacking me, and I'm going to attack back. Right? I used to like pretend to yell at the market makers and stuff, silly things like that. But that was feeding into a lie. So I completely stopped doing it. I feel like a ninja now, right? Because they don't see me. Okay. Self awareness is key. Understanding your internal narratives helps you trade more objectively. 100%, which I know I just read that for the second time, but some of this stuff just needs to sink in. And it needs to sink in up here too, not just for you, but for me, 100%. So let's go over some reflection questions. What are my core beliefs about the market, money, and winning? Do I believe I must be right to succeed? All right, how do my beliefs influence my emotional response to trades? All right, like I just said, if you think the market is attacking you and coming after you, then let's seriously stop and take a reality check on that, right? Because that may be dwelling up emotion. I mean, if you're feeling attacked, fight, flight, or freeze. Let's go. It's gonna happen. All right. Which belief might be sabotaging my consistency? So go through these and work with yourself on them, right? Action steps and exercises. So a belief audit. Let's take a belief audit. Write down all the beliefs you hold about trading, about winning, losing, and risk. Mark each as either empowering or limiting. See which ones you need to maybe filter out, right? Reframe limiting beliefs. For each limiting belief, write a replacement belief that aligns with your probabilistic thinking. All right, I know this sounds like kind of like hokey hard work, but your actions, are led by your beliefs. So if you seriously believe, and I like using is this market attacking me or coming after me, because a lot of people feel that way, then the lie that you're believing there, that the market is hunting you, is causing, probably revenge trade. It's causing like for you to fight back, right? And this is not a fighting game. The market makers are like, sure, man, yeah, you can trade virtually with prop firms and fight us all you want. Like, they don't care. Actually, they don't even care for trading prop firms because they don't make money off of us. Only the prop firm does, right? But the prop firms are like, yeah, man, go ahead, believe that for sure, man. They're coming after you. The market makers, man, watch out. Like they're they're okay with us feeling that way because they know we're gonna lose that way. Because we're believing a lie, so we're gonna be responding emotionally to a lie. Okay. But go into some of your other beliefs, the things that you say the most. That's why emotional journeying is important, because you can see the things that you say the most, right? All right. Example. Losses mean I failed. That's actually a good one too. Losses are a normal part of a distribution of my edge. So if you feel like a failure because of a loss and you're trying to figure out what you could have done or been smarter at to make it a winner, I would say stop and just understand that losses are a normal part of the distribution of my edge. Unless you've got a 99% win rate, I don't know what to tell you. You're going to take some losses. And most traders, it's like the higher up the success chain you go, the better losers they are. I mean, the turtle traders were like a 20% hit rate, and they like broke records. If you want to go study them, I don't know if I could handle a 20%. Like, you're losing 8 out of 10 and your loss streak could be insane. Wow. Like, that's some serious trading right there. All right. So this is a good example. All right. Daily mental conditioning. Repeat new beliefs daily before trading. That way, you can affirm that in yourself and you can understand and you can start to reject the lies and start injecting the truth. That's why one of the lies I had to really take on was trading's not gambling. Yeah, if you're intraday trading, dude, 100% you're hitting a slot machine. You need to understand that. For your brain, that dopamine is 100% gambling. Okay? But if you do it with a statistical edge, your outcomes can be predictable. All right? Your outdones. You've been outdone. All right, sorry. All right. Trade journal reflections. For each trade, note what belief influenced your decision and why it was fear-based or aligned with your edge. So let me read that again. For each trade, note which belief influenced your decision. What was it? I'm sorry. Was it fear-based or aligned with your edge? And then chapter 9, takeaway quote. I did much better on the time on this one. All right. Our belief shapes our experience of the market. Change your beliefs and change your trading reality. Okay? It's deeper than it seems. This chapter is more important than it seems. All right? Because I like the attacking one because so many people feel that. And if you truly feel attacked, then you're going to respond like someone's attacking you. But you're not being attacked. You're sitting down and you're trying to play out a probabilistic edge that over time will help you make money. Okay? So anyways, I hope this has been helpful for you. We have the links down below to our free Discord. We do also have a VIP section that you can come and join and live trade with us. The live trading is the 50 orb challenge that we do. And the 50 orb challenge was designed and written to open this kind of stuff up and expose, who you are as a trader very specifically. And we'd be glad to do that with you. But anyway, DM me, whatever. Hopefully we'll hang out and share this video out with someone that you think it will help them. And I'll see you in the next video.